and stand by Nicoletta, please. Episode 33, and Nicoletta, go. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Beth is here from the beginning. Right, so Beth, we've got a Clarins up.
Okay.
We've got a Clarins. Everyone should be Clarinsing. Right, I can't remember if I told. Right, I'm so sorry if I keep saying I can't remember if I told you, but we've done quite a few of these now and talked about all sorts, and it's not all written down what I say. It literally comes out of my mouth as I think it. So, I think I did mention about the producer that sings everything.
Oh,
So she sang a bit. Yeah, I did. I told you about that. Right, welcome back. Okay, so look, how are we getting on? This is going well. This bit above this. So this is here. Peachy here. We found a little red door we've built. This area down here, if you can see, it's going well. This area is tricksy, I've discovered. But the top right is going well. Over there. And Beth's doing excellent work over there. She's just found a big graffiti section that she's doing. Well, that's the formal bit of the day done. Tick.
that looks a bit like a wolf. Where I don't know if you've got a bit of a wolf already, but that does look like a little bit of a wolf.
It might be. Oh, it's the lion's face. There's a lion here.
Ah.
Mama way. Actually, Steve from Fulham hasn't messaged that today, so I'll have to keep an eye on it. Beth, you've got the lion's face, except I need another bit of that. I need another bit of that to go.
Okay.
Never mind, but it's around here, which is all. It's
All
all good. But that
All
goes like this.
good.
All good.
Oh, good.
And then that. Oh, that goes in there, I think. Does it? Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, Bethany. Now be careful because that's a bit of your hill. No, don't even bother. No, don't embarrass yourself. No. Okay. Okay, but we're doing well. So very gently with that, Beth, you can have that for free, for gratis. Oh, what does that see? This jigsaw is so compelling. I've just seen. Oh. No, it's over here. Right, okay, so what I'm going to say to you is I've had an email from the Commodore. Oh, let's go somewhere here. I'll do that in a second. Right, I'll do that in a minute. Right, okay, here we go. The Commodore has emailed, obviously. Now I'm just going to turn this over so we get rid of any data protection issues right there.
Do you need to read it out?
No, we're okay actually. You're doing so brilliantly there. Okay, dearest darling Julia, Scotland, Julia noted that is all the common courtesies there. I have a quick question. How unusual for the Commodore. Okay, until now, the most famous former Croydon residents have been Stormzy, Kate Moss and Sir David Lean. I visited Croydon once and I didn't like it. Oh, that's rude for what's coming up. Anyway, that aside, I think it's fair to say that Matt the Tiger King of Croydon has now taken the mantle and put the South London suburb firmly back on the map. You are correct. He has changed the whole dynamic of the area with his beautiful face, his beautiful ways, everything beautiful about him. He's done it. Single-handed, well, single-crutchly, actually, from what I can gather. I might petition Croydon Council, the Commodore says, in an effort to have a statue erected in his honour. Do you think that's a good idea and would you do the unveiling? Thanks, the Commodore. Well, that is an excellent question and an excellent idea because I think what we need in these tricksy times is, I think, a statue of somebody lying on their side with their legs slightly agape in tight, very tight, in fact, quite nauseatingly tight leather pants, leopard skin pants, or tiger skin pants, excuse me, I'm getting all my wild cats mixed up. I think that's what Croydon needs because when everybody's been a bit bleak recently for very, obvious reasons, I actually do believe that would help everybody. Don't you, Beth? Mm-hmm. I think so. So I'm going to petition for that and I would very, very happily pull that. Oh, that hurt I've got tennis elbow. Look, I've got. Well, I think it's tennis elbow. I don't know what it is. But I've got some sort of ballet sleeve on. Anyway, I'll come back to that. Yes, I would definitely do the unveiling. It would be my honour. I just worry it might get caught. The silk. It might get caught on what I witnessed in the photograph. But we'd have to rehearse that, the Commodore, to make sure that issue goes away. So it's a smooth journey off. But yes, I'd be very happy to do that. I've got to go up here. I'm sorry. I know the sound moves around a bit, but who cares? Honestly to God, who cares? that goes there. Yes, it does. Sorry, Beth, my bonsai tree here, and I'll come back to that. No, I've done it. I've got 2 bits. Beautiful. What are you doing? Have you just turned it off?
No, still going.
That's lucky for you, isn't it?
But it's...
That's lucky for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, okay, so my next... Are you going there then?
What?
Which way are you going? I
was just trying to find some brickwork while you're around there.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so we can go here. Do you want it?
No, it's fine.
Fine. Okay, so the next thing is, right, this is the most exciting thing.
Shall I read this? I can try and
No,
read this.
it's long.
I can try.
You can. I need to explain. I can't read the whole thing out, so I'm going to just, because this is my, this is fan mail.
Oh.
This is from a lovely woman who I don't know, but has listened and has managed to get in touch with me. She's called Libby. Libby Lish. I was so excited by this that you can't imagine. Over the moon, because I was thinking, oh, maybe people are getting a bit bored of me doing this. Maybe I should stop, right? I was thinking, oh, do people even vaguely find this worth, logging on for? So this has really, sadly for some of you, however, this has reinvigorated me, and I've never had fan mail, but this was so exciting, and it's very prolific. So Libby, up there in Aberdeen, she said she absolutely iterated that she's not Scottish, no need for the accent. So even though she's up in Aberdeenshire, I'm not to do the accent. I think that I got that. It wasn't terse, it was just a fact, and it was like no need for the accent. So that's just going to be saved for Scotland and Colin of Scotland. So they've been, right, so she's caught up. She's binge listened from episode 1 to 31 in 2.5 days. Beth, round of applause. That is a lot of listening. I mean, that is a lot of, but I'm really glad that you, Beth's gone to chase a whippet. I'm really glad that you like the theme tune, because it just makes me laugh, because it's so, well, I think it suits this, don't you? This absolute, amateur night out. But it makes you also jiggle slightly. I find it makes me move. It makes me sing it. So I'm glad you like it. So I was over the moon with that. He's caught up with that because he listened to Mark Shell's podcast of production meetings, and he plugged it. He plugged it like a proper plug. So that was most pleasing. So thank you so much for that. Honestly, I can't tell you the delight of this, and also the delight that it came via a mutual friend who will find the whole thing just makes him feel funny, even passing it on. But we'll do that. Right, okay, so feels like, you feel like I'm in your life as well. You're not a stalker. I like it. I've never had fan mail, so you can keep that coming. That has honestly. What'd you find?
That bit.
Oh, well done. It's made you quite out of puff going to the end of the house. Just to clarify, Bethy's walked about 8 metres and she can hardly breathe. We're running tomorrow morning early at 8:30, which has made Bethy. I can't even begin to describe the delight that has caused in her face, and that is irony. Okay, so yes, so I did mention. So I should because a couple of people have asked. So I did mention in one that I missed a day, or I didn't feel like doing one day because I had some bad news, and it was just that in the space of a couple of weeks, I lost the industry and friends lost 2 really dear, absolutely brilliant, cracking men, not very old. A guy called Jonathan Rouse, who was an amazing lighting guy, and a lovely guy called Ben Farry. Both of them I'd worked with. Ben was a video guy, and he worked with Coldplay for years and years, and I worked with him. I was very lucky to work with him on Spice Girls. Both of these men were just astounding human beings, and just nice, and just, do you know what I mean? Just lovely. Anyway, so I just heard, I'd had a couple of weeks of it just broke my heart for their families, and I thought, do you know what? Talking about my crochet knickers, even though I know that they would really laugh and they wouldn't care, I just didn't feel like it was a crochet knicker chatting sort of evening. So I'd say that because a couple of people have asked. I didn't want anybody to think I was being, because the point of this this that we're doing is to make you laugh and not to bring you down. So that was the point. I didn't want to, but inadvertently I alerted you because it comes out of my mouth what I'm thinking, and so I shouldn't have mentioned it at all. But anyway, so that's that. So no, we're all good. Sad about that, but we're good. Now, what Libby Lish has divulged, however, is that she's currently, now I better read this properly. She's currently sitting on her living room floor up in Aberdeenshire, hand sewing Hessian webbing onto the back of a large antique rug inherited from her granny. So, Hessian has become a big part of Libby's life. And even the word Hessian makes me feel a bit itchy. I won't lie, Libby. It makes me feel a little bit scratchy. So all power to you actually working with it as a product, because I feel a bit. And but I do also know that you make a range of outfits in it, so I'm a bit interested in that, because we've got the crocheted knickers. We've got, you know, bras coming. Steve in Australia is being cupped nicely by crocheting, and now you are offering very selflessly to do Hessian clothing. So I look forward to seeing some of that, because I'm not sure that I could wear it, but I'm sure if it was lined with something, maybe your granny's carpet, maybe that's the way to wear it. So that's very pleasing, and just the thought of you rolling around on the floor, because it's good because I wouldn't be able to get up off the floor now, but having absolutely no core muscle whatsoever, I think that would be me. If I got down there in the morning, I'm committed. I'd have to have my food down there, everything. And actually that's happened, that established itself when I was pregnant with Bethany, because I was so enormous with Bethany being pregnant that I remember Matt was at work and we were living in Brighton at the time, and I got on the floor to pick something up, and I was so enormous, and at that time all there was in maternity range.
I weighed so much.
Yeah. All that was available in maternity wear all those years ago was Dorothy Perkins denim dress, like a kind of A-line thing, and it had like a bow at the back. This is absolutely years before people realised that maternity fashion can be nice. And I got on the floor to pick something up, and I was there all day till I got home. I literally couldn't get up because I was absolutely vast, to the point that when I would open the door to someone, they would gasp. And I'm genuinely not lying, gasp. And I was even more, because I ate properly while I was pregnant, and I didn't, you know, and what I didn't do when Bethany came around was also have one of those, I didn't have one of those buggies you can run with. So, you know, you see all those people now that are running everywhere with their children in buggies and just running urgently, being like losing weight the minute they popped out that child. I didn't. I sat down with, she was born in November, and so I sat down with Ricky Lake on the telly, and it was Ricky Lake, and I used to sit down, and Bethany would be in a little bouncy chair, and my friend Stephen from Sussex had bought me, he bought me after it, but I got this enormous bar of chocolate. It was like that, and I discovered that you can't actually break one bit off that chocolate. You have to sort of break it over your knee. Do we get past this, please? You have to break it over your knee. So I was looking at Ricky Lake. Bethany was with my foot. I was tapping her with the bouncy chair. Break off a bit of chocolate and then dump it in my tea, because it was this huge bit, and it was all around my mouth. And Matt came home early, and I sat bolt upright, because I think I should have probably been putting dinner on, but I sat up and nearly died on the chocolate because I sat up so quickly, and he just laughed because he saw this large amount of chocolate all around my mouth.
Right, I'm going to go make a cup of tea. Would you like one?
Yes, I will, please.
Or
Thanks.
would you like elderflower and tonic?
Yes,
Elderflower
that's a
tonic.
much better, more exciting offer. Yes, thank you very much. Right, so that's story tip. I don't even know how I've got that. Oh, you being on the floor, Libby, my new best friend. So that's good. And she says now she's been doing it and she had meters and meters of small stitches, and you'll forever be the reason this rug no longer has annoyingly curly edges and is now perfectly flat. Very pleasing. Good phrase, that. And no longer trip hazard. Thank you. Well, thank you. Well, what a public service I've done there. I have stopped people tripping over on an Aberdeenshire rug. It's so sad that I don't need to do an accent, Libby, because, as you know, Duolingo would be able to smash that. Because I've got Beckenham off to a fine start, haven't I? Beckenham. Right, so what else? Her daughter had the same issue with flageolet. What's a flageolet and what's the Mile High Club? And I have to tell you, Bethany is actually 24 this year, which makes me laugh even more. Not that anybody would know what a bloody flageolet is. Also, what's exciting is she loves the theme tune perfectly, and she has a question for me as well. So the question is this, from Libby Lish, fan mail. Here we go. So if I need a question, I always need a question, Libs. Which emoji do you use most, and if you could invent one, what might it be? Well, I don't use emojis so often, but I do use a Bitmoji. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is my Bitmoji, and this is my favourite position. It's sexy time. And it just makes me laugh if I attach that. I was worried that they got rid of it the other day, but that makes me laugh even thinking about it. And the landlord of Brighton Hove actually she has got a Bitmoji, and it just makes me laugh when that one appears. So thanks, babe. So I'm going to leave that there. I don't think youngsters use Bitmoji. I think it's really dated. But we, the stage management teams we work on, basically we communicate via that now, because it can tell you all your emotions. It's got so many different ones. But that's the bad boy there. And yes, I find them very pleasing, as you would say, and as I would say. Oh, where's that go? Little bits of red everywhere. But thank you so much for that. That honestly, that absolutely made an old woman very happy last night. Because again, I was thinking, oh, maybe people are getting bored. So that jollied me right up, Libby Lish. And I'm sorry that you had to spend time with Mark of Sussex and our mate Pete, because that must have, that's quite an endurance, isn't it? Good, right. So what else has happened? Okay, Philippa is a bit overwhelmed with the amount of crocheting she's got to do in the crotch of Steve, because Marie has sent her the pants she's done the basic, because Maria's got so many pants to make, and then she sent the heavy duty cupping bits, the gussets, to Philippa. So a bit overwhelmed she is, but I've got an email saying she was very, very impressed by the crochet knickers that Marie originally has sent. Those. Well, where have they gone? Here we are. Hold on. She was very impressed by these, as were we all. So I think it's perfect that I've got sexy time and my knickers. So thanks Philippa for that. I saw early doors today. I saw our mate Mike for a socially distanced dog walk this morning, and I don't even remember, but he first of all invited me to smell his kimchi. I was like, nah, babes, no. Anyway, I met him today, and sadly for him, he just, even though I'm 2 metres away from him and I'm outdoors, he bloody reeks of, fermenting cabbage. Because lockdown, that's all he's doing. He's fermenting cabbage. So it's got a bit much. So I actually made the distance bigger. I made the distance greater. Because, I like my friends and everything, but I can't. It's terrible, isn't it, when you stand too close to someone, they make you feel a bit. Sorry, I've just got to go up here, see if this works. No, wrong green. Oh, it's so annoying. Where does that bit go? So annoying. I'll find it. I'll leave you up there. I'm going to leave you up there. It's like a girl I knew years and years ago. Years ago, when I was doing, like, in the summer, my mate's dad was working in a factory, and we used to help him out. And this girl I knew, she was a really lovely girl, but she smoked like you've never seen someone smoke. It was unbelievable, right? Chain smoker. And it was in the days when I used to, everybody had big hair, okay? Everyone had big hair. And I used to stand upside, I had massive hair, but I used to stand upside down and spray my hair with hairspray. So when I stood up, it was about that big. Me and my sister couldn't actually get through a door together. It was that sort of width, the hair. But this girl I work with, I won't say her name, not that she's listening, but she had massive curly hair, huge, and she would hairspray it, but the smell of stale smoke in the hair was unbelievable. And she came to a party at our house, and the smell was just, it actually made you feel sick. It was like, oh crikey. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so basically, I'm not suggesting that Mike and the smell of kimchi is the same as this person all those years ago, where I would actually want to actually stay away from him. But it's a close call. It's a close call. So I saw him, but that was nice to see him apart from the smell of him. And we've been doing loads of lovely interviews and talks to loads of drama college, my friend Samantha and I. And it's been really moving because these kids are absolutely heaven, and we're desperate to everything to open so we can get them all on jobs, because not one have we seen where we wouldn't have them on board. They're just heaven, right? And they're stuck in a really difficult situation. And there's this one lovely girl called Shakira, and it broke my heart because I know that every time someone says the name Shakira to me, you want to go Shakira, Shakira, right? And she must know that, and I know that, and all I want to do is go Shakira, Shakira. But it must drive her up the wall, because even if someone doesn't say it out loud, she knows. You absolutely know. Well, you would. If you call Shakira, you know, don't you? It's like one of the girls we met is called Alexa. What a disaster for her. You know, like all the jokes. But it's overwhelming, isn't it? But she was so lovely. So you'd want to say her name twice, actually, because she was such a peach. Yeah, poor Shakira. Well, not poor, because... Oh, shut up, Julia. I made... My friend Gaynor, it's her birthday the other day, a couple of days ago, and I made her a lemon drizzle cake. Fortunately, I didn't make her the Battenberg. If you saw the Battenberg, you would always be eternally grateful that I had never made you a Battenberg for your birthday, right? But lemon drizzle, I can smash it. I can smash a drizzle, right? And I made it, and I added extra lemons, and I did have to, because I think the lemony taste is so delicious. But I did message, because I was a little bit worried that I might have over-lemoned, and I was a bit worried that it almost her enamel would be off her teeth. Because, you know, like lemon and citrus stuff I absolutely love, but imagine eating a bit of lemon drizzle where I'd over-lemoned and the enamel comes off your teeth. Sorry if you see my roots again then. So I did message and go, she said, oh, it's delicious. I said, did it take the enamel off your teeth? And she laughed, but she didn't say no. Do you know, she didn't say, no, it didn't. So I'll get her on a moment where she's honest with me. So last night, again, apparently my snoring was so prolific that, now Bethany's in the next room, like Matt's sleeping like a baby in the other room now, not because of any other reason, apart from my snoring, which is absolutely a horrendous thing. I will record it because I make you laugh. I'll play it for you because it does make you laugh. When I'm away, I don't know why, but I do record my snoring. And I don't know why I do it when I'm away and not here. Maybe it's easier to accept when you're away working. But it is so funny to hear yourself, because it's like you're living an entirely different life. Entirely different life at night. Like, I mean, I've been known to chat. I've woken myself up laughing, which is really weird if you've ever done that. Waking yourself up laughing is one of the spookiest things you can do. Oh, it was weird. Anyway, but snoring, and I wake up, I was exhausted this morning, but I wonder whether maybe Matt was knocking through the wall to say, shut up. Fortunately, my old Whippet Florrie is so deaf, she literally doesn't hear it, so that's fine. So we're perfectly suited, but God, isn't that horrendous? Isn't that horrendous? I'm so noisy. And I know that I'm not alone, but I know that a lot of people, it happens, but I don't mind talking about it, really. I mean, I'm a nice person, just because I snore doesn't mean... Oh, I think this butterfly has been a bit mashed around. If you can bear with me for a moment. No, Duke. Oh, I think my butterfly's gone all awry. Because that's a peachy pile of butterfly there. That's going to have to be done in a quiet moment, I think. Oh no, you see then it... Hold on. Right, okay, no, I'm going to concentrate on that at another level, because otherwise I'll stop talking completely. Yeah, so I think, I have got the most painful arm. I don't think it's repetitive strain from this, because I've had it before. And it's also, I'm not doing very much, particularly, am I? But I ordered this thing. It's called from Dr. Arthritis or something. It had good reviews, but essentially it's like someone's ballet legging from a child's ballet. Like they've chopped their kids' leggings off, and so Matt's given me some sort of tight thing under there to hold my arm. But it is like having a withered arm. It is like having a bit of a withered arm, and then go. You know those machines. You know the machines in the grab a teddy. It's a bit like that flopping around. It's never going to really pick anything up. But I rang up the doctors, but they won't actually. You have to ring up at 8 in the morning, and then nobody necessarily. There's a queue of like 70, she said. So I won't be doing that, will I? Maybe I should get my snoring looked at the same. If I ever get through, maybe I should get my snoring looked at too. Although maybe it's just become a feature, like having. Maybe it's the feature of me, like having a fireplace in a lounge. Maybe that's the thing that's jazzing me up now. That's it. That's my feature. My enormously saggy gullet. I'm going to tell you one more thing before I go, although this is quite funny and actually a bit long, so I don't know whether to save it for tomorrow. What time is it? I'm going to save it tomorrow. I'm going to save it because it's my dear friend Emily, who I just spoke to, and she's one of life's beautiful people who is just funny and kind and just heaven, right? I defy you to not adore her. Anyway, she's got a story because she started quilting because her son's going away to uni, hopefully. Well, she doesn't mean hopefully as he'll leave her, but she means because he's got a great college place. They're hoping that it all happens in October. But please, I'll remind myself, but there's a brilliant quilting story, which I will tell you tomorrow. However, so have a good sexy time tonight. I hope that your gullets aren't as saggy as mine and that you do actually manage to sleep in the bed with your spouse or partner or lover. And if not, who cares? Actually, who cares? But lots of love to you. Big shout out to Libby. You'll never understand what that email made me. It was so joyous. It made me laugh. I love you all very much. Be in touch, and I'm going to try and get an email address that you can find there. Lots and lots of love. Bye.